Hello everyone, happy Friday. Welcome to Piccadilly Stampin'. I'm Pamela Pick. Let me see if I can get my laptop to show me if I've gone live or not. And we'll get stamping. Did I go live? It's not showing me so far. Okay, there it is. Let me turn that sound off. Okay, I see Julie and Kathy and Janelle and Nick and who did I miss here? Kristen and Jackie Johnson and Julie. There we go. Okay, so I see a few people in here, so I know that I am live. So be sure to sign up for my newsletter. That is best done. You can do it right here on Facebook, but it is actually, if you're doing it from a mobile device, it's actually easier to go to piccadillystampin.blogspot.com, and there's a place where you put in your email and you'll be all signed up. So let's get stamping. Let's get my project card out. I'm going to start with, well, actually, let me just show you here. I want to show you what I'm going to be using. So first of all, I'm going to be using a Celebration bundle, or kit, or stamp set, I mean. It's in the back here. So this is with a $100 purchase. Here it is. On page 13, the Beautifully Happy. This is so much fun. Actually, I've had a lot of good times with this stamp set. I love the simplicity of it because it's just the two-step stamping. I love that quite a bit, actually. But I am going to use something from our annual catalog. You guys, these fancy frames, now you've seen me use them before. In fact, I have a card that I made with it before, and I just didn't take the die cutting out. But these frames are so much fun. So on this one, I just left it with the full foil, and so that it's cut through. It was very easy to do with the foil paper. On cardstock, they tend to fall out, and I didn't want to have to deal with the falling out. But I do want to give you a little pointer. So this is the Fancy Frames die set. It comes with two that look like this, and this is the one that we're going to use. And I want to tell you about a fun sandwich that I make. It might be easier just to use my mini trimmer. So you have your plate down right before you roll it through, and you have your cutting plate, and then you have your cardstock, and then you have your die on top of that, right? And then you put your other acrylic plate and you run it through. This is a normal sandwich for something like this. But I like to save the backs of the DSP, and let me pull one out really quick here. These backs of the DSP work perfectly because when you're running it through, now I usually run this one through my big trimmer, but when you're running it through, it will help cut that out so that when I picked it up, they all just fell out. And I'm going to show you real quick. Like, I had to clean it off of my tray, but it all just fell out pretty easily. So this is the one that we're going to be using today. There's the two frames in there. And that was just a quick little tip. And I love this set quite a bit. I've used it a lot, as you can tell. I think sometimes when you're not quite sure what you're going to do, sometimes it's easy to put something in the middle of a frame. So I have a Night of Navy card base here. Okay. And then I have a 4 by 5 1/4 piece of Balmy Blue. And the color that I'm going to be using is Night of Navy, Balmy Blue, Granny Apple Green, and So Saffron. And the Granny Apple Green is a little brighter than what I wanted, but it actually kind of works with this because that stamp set, which I'm going to pull out now, this is a basic white, so this is 3 3/4 by 5. And let's just pull out. I'll grab a block here. Have to turn that a little bit to get it on there. It is a two-step stamping, so you have your lined images on this side, and then on this side you can fill them in. So I'm already going to know that I'm going to need one for this, and one for this, and we'll need one here. So I'll grab another block, and I want this one. It's just a little bitty center. So I'll put that there. And then which sentiment? I really like, we'll do the sending happy thoughts. That's very pretty. Let's see. Sending happy thoughts. So we'll get that one out also. And attach it to a block. So do you ever attach it by just lining it up on your grid paper? That usually gets it on there pretty straight. These are clear, so it's less important to me because I can see through it, but just another tip. Okay, so now that I have that on there, I am going to just go ahead and ink up my outline in Tuxedo Black. This is my Memento ink. And I am going to bring in, because these are the photopolymer, I'm going to bring in the Stampin' Pierce Mat. I just think that this provides a little cush when you're trying to stamp down with photopolymer. Make sure that's re-wet again. And I'm just going to try to stamp this right in the middle. Now again, this was my 4 by 5 1/4 piece of basic white. No, this was my 3 3/4 by 5 piece of basic white. Sorry. Give that a good press. And that's the only thing that I'll be using the Memento on. Now comes the fun part. This is where we pull out the colors that we're going to use. So this is the flower color, and I'm doing the Balmy Blue. I have never used so much Balmy Blue in my life, the colors that they've come up with. Now this has little dots on here, so it is going to be a little lighter version of it. And I'm going to have to stand, I believe, just to see over so I can kind of line this up. We have some stamp sets that line perfectly and some don't. As I'm standing up here, I see Jackie says she needs to stock up on blocks. If you knew how many blocks I had. Oh my gosh. I have a lot of blocks. Okay. Then for the So Saffron, this is just what I picked for the middle, because see, that isn't that true like balmy blue. It kind of lightens, you know. So I just picked this for this middle piece there. I love our blocks so much that it is nothing for me to just, my favorite one is the D block. I'm going to have to say B, C, and D, these three right here. However, usually when I'm doing sentiments, I really do like the H block. You can see I need to clean them very badly. Okay, back to stamping. So this color kind of mutes because of those little dots, and that's why I chose such a bright, goodness, I thought I just ruined that, color ink. It's not going to be as bright as you know Granny Apple Green to be. See, it's kind of muted. When I did it in another green, I didn't care for it, so I went with a brighter green. Okay, now this are the leaves and the little buds here. Give me a minute to line that up. There we go. Okay. And then I have a scrap piece here. This is a 1/4 inch. Yeah, it's just a scrap piece. I usually save on to these for sentiments for just this purpose. So, sending happy thoughts. I better stand up. I can already see myself not. There we go. Okay. So now I can get all of this out of the way so we can stamp. I'm just going to bring my trimmer up here, or so we can put this together, not stamp. And it looks like I'm about, about 1 3/4 by a 1/2 inch is what that. Now see, I will reuse that. That goes in my pile. So sending happy thoughts. So we've got our stamping done now. Let's put this together and let me explain it. So I'm going to start off with just adhering the basic white to the balmy blue. So this isn't too complicated. Oh, you know what? I did this wrong. Dang it, why do I do that every time? I did this wrong. I needed to show you the other step first. So I'm going to make do with, how will I do this? I'm just going to do this. I'm going to try to wipe off this. If I had a, here I do. I've got a paper towel. Any sticky on this is going to be on the other side, so it's not going to matter because I have it on the silicone mat, so it literally will not stick. See? Right? And I can pull it right off. Okay. So I want to bring this die cut in. Now, normally you would do something like this, but I felt like this was taking too much away from what I was doing. So I decided I'm going to cut this and use this differently than how I ever have before. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to snip this and I'll leave a little extra there. And since I've got glue on this spot, I'll go ahead and I'm going to put some of my glue down. Thank you guys for being patient. I screw up every time, don't I? It's kind of getting to be a thing. All right, so I'm going to use this one. See, this has the shorter edge there, so I'm going to put this one up at the top and have this one coming across. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get and dip this into there. And I am going to tap this on. This would have been better if I wouldn't have screwed that up, just so you know. But it's live. Stuff happens. And then I'm going to come across right at the top as even as I can and just line that around that edge. Okay, we're going to do the same thing to this side. I figure everybody that I mentioned earlier when I was watching knows me and knows that this is kind of who I am. I don't edit my videos. I just am the real authentic stamper like anybody else. So, okay. Now I'm going to come across the bottom side here. Now watch. So it's on the silicone mat, and even though it's sticky, I was able to pull that off. Now I can clean this off and use this later. And believe me, I will. I'm going to use this to just take the back side and trim off all these little extras here. Now, would you have thought of taking this and cutting it down? I think sometimes we get so used to what we're used to and what we're doing, we stop and think, hey, this is our own creative ability. We can do whatever we want to. And when I wanted that with this, I felt like this was such a pretty die cut, and I wanted to add it with it. When it didn't fit that picture, I mean, I thought I had such a great idea. I was kind of like, you know, but then I thought, I'm going to take it and make it my own. So, you see, I did. Now, let's try that again. Let's add this right on. Gonna re-glue to our mat. Look at that. Isn't that cute? Come on. I just think that is so cute. Clever, clever. Now, sticking it right on to the card base. I'm sure each one of you can take this idea and even vamp it even more, because this little edging now and that cute little tip, look at that. That took that, and it was just a plain, it's just a plain white cardstock and a plain rectangle, just, you know, no specialty cuts or anything, but that really vamped that up. So now I like to do my sentiments popped. That's my personal preference. So I'm going to grab some dimensionals here. This is small enough I can get by with 2. Put that there. And I'm going to have it, now you can do, I hate to go into that blue, so I'm going to come down here, and I think I'm just going to have it maybe be over. There we go. I'm going to overlap some of the foliage there. And then I was looking at this, and since I kind of overlapped it, I thought, it's not really where I could put a bow anywhere. This is so much decoration. So I thought, these pastel pearls, these little blue ones, I love them for just this. So I'm going to take some of these and let's see. Let's stick these on that. And then who can tell me what I'm going to do next? What's the last thing? A clear Winkostella, right? Is this card. Now, Winkostella acts like a little paintbrush in your ink, so you want to be careful when applying it to your projects like this. I'm going to do some strokes because I just don't want it to be smeared all around, because Stampin' Up! Did do the shading in this. Isn't this pretty? Kind of simple, really, until I complicate it by talking and not making, but it really is very, very simple. Now let me stop a minute, and can you see that? Okay, Now let me see if there's any comments here. I think it's a great way to use dies and have them have more than one use. So again, you can have it, you know, like I did this with it completely filled in. You can punch them out with that tip that I showed you. They just fall right out. Or you can cut it up, and I have different looking cards. So let's see. Any questions? Bill's not with me today, so I don't have anyone who could read questions. I'm going to just do a quick look back and see. Oh, France, you're so sweet. She says it's not how you make a mistake, it's how you recover. It's great to see ways to use our products in different ways. Yes, that was what I was thinking. I was so sad when I thought that thing was going to fit all the way around, but it's actually a little bit smaller. It's a nice die set. I love it, but it actually is a little smaller. You see here I've got a matte DSP and vellum before I put that on. So this was from this fall. But anyway, well, that's what I had for today's demonstration. I do have a couple of announcements. You guys know that Celebration, every $50 you spend, you can earn a free product. And they also have some new added ones. They added a couple of punches, a couple of embossing folders, some DSP, some masks. I'm getting this and I don't have this yet, so I'm kind of excited. They also have for the $100 tier a whole bundle, the Eden's Garden bundle. I thought, woohoo, if you need $50 worth of stuff and a gift for your friend, that is a fantastic gift. There's some ribbon, and then there's 2 kits that they added on top of everything from the Celebration catalog. This is also an extremely wonderful time to join my pearls. Now, let me just tell you, they've got 3 different ways to join. You can join for $99, and you can get $175 worth of product. They are adding $50 extra worth of product on here, which is amazing for their sign-up. Or, and you can find this in the back, you can opt for $129. You get $175 worth of product for free of your choice. Plus, you can get this new little trim. And let me show you. We have our regular small one. This is the new one. It is in a new color that it will be coming out. It'll be released next year. It's called Boho Blue. I don't know if you can see it, but it's really, really pretty. I cannot wait, actually. We got a product release that should be coming to me. It says Sunday, which I thought was kind of odd, but because I've never had real deliveries on Sundays. But I will be getting a new product bundle to show you, too, that's going to be released for you guys in March. But if you would like to purchase that, or if you want just the regular white one, like my room is not this color, I'm more of like a Bermuda Bay and white, so I'm going to keep the white one. But if you are interested in purchasing that, you can get that one also, just the regular white. And I was looking, where's mine? Here's mine. This is a fantastic deal. They have done where you can get extra stamp sets, paper. They've done the extra 50 before, but they've never added this in. And so it works just like the big machine, and it has those small little plates that I was using just a minute ago. Where are they? Here they are. It comes with the plates, and you'd run it through just the exact same way. So if you're interested, we would love to have you join up and be a pearl with us. And I think that's it for announcements. Be sure to like and follow me. If you want to place an order with me, I do appreciate those. It helps me to be able to come back and do these shows and tutorials for you. Just use this host code if it's under $150, $149.99 or less. Okay. Well, you guys have a great weekend. I will be back Wednesday, and I have an extremely fabulous card for Wednesday's Fun Fold. So come back on Wednesday, and it'll be 7 p.m., and I'll be back next Friday at 4 p.m. This is Central Time. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.